Okay, we're recording. Okay, thank you guys so much for hopping on. This will be a great call for anybody who is wanting to kind of jump back in and go back to the basics and make sure you're doing those vital behaviors every day. I know like we hear it said a lot, like whether it's like a corporate video or like one of us coaches, we talk about the 4 vital behaviors. So I'm going to go through those vital behaviors and I'm just going to break those down for you guys so that, just making sure everybody's muted. So that if you just want to be consistent and be really sure about what's going on, that I can talk through that for you. So I did mute everybody, but of course, as always, just chime in with any questions or some of you seasoned coaches, if I could explain it a different way, then hop on in and explain it. So the 4 vital behaviors are called vital behaviors because it does help your business grow and it helps you reach out to the most people and help the most people. So the first one of those vital behaviors is being a product of the product. So that is as simple as it sounds. That means showing up every day, doing your workouts, sticking to your nutrition plan or doing your best and just being honest and sharing, and drinking your shakes every day and whatever else. I know some of you maybe use the performance stack as well or use the daily sunshine. So just showing up every day and showing people what these amazing products can do for us is key. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be taking a selfie with your shake or whatever. I know that we have all these options now that we have Instagram stories and Facebook stories and Snapchat and all of those things where we can share our lifestyle a little bit easier without necessarily posting our shake like right in front of their face. But I think it's important to show what we're doing and to be a product of the product as we live our real life. So I think that a picture of you in your kitchen, maybe your shake's in the background, maybe there's just a cup with something in it in the picture, and just sharing how it's impacted your life or talking about something else maybe and just mentioning it. Maybe you don't even mention it. I think that is much more relatable to people than maybe posting a picture of your bag of Shakeology. We just really encourage people to share what's real and what's really happening. And you can do that in so many different ways. And like I said, stories are a really great place to highlight your shakes and to call them out like as what they are and to show people how you make them. Like stories are awesome because they're just these little 15-second clips of what you're doing and what your life's like. So that's a great way to be a product of the product. Show them a 15-second clip of your workout. Show them, and you can do that on your main page too. Show them you getting right down next to them doing it. So the products, the programs, add value to their day. As you're sharing this, make sure you're putting something in that post that they're going to walk away after reading it, having gained some value. So we can sit here and talk about the ingredients or why we love the shake. That's great. But if we share a little bit about how it's actually impacted our life or something that's changed for us because of that, whether it's the products or the programs, that's going to add value to their life. And that's going to show them that you're a real person just like them and they can do this. So I like to say things like my fitness program or my superfood shake. I like to create a little bit of interest that way. And then I'm not like spamming them with like my company and my shake. Not that I'm not proud of my company and my shake because I super am. I would never use any other shake. But I think it's important to create a little curiosity, number one, and to just mention it like you would to somebody that has no freaking clue what you're doing. They're not going to know what Shakeology means if they've never heard of it before, but they're going to know what superfoods are. So they're going to be like, oh, superfood shake. Okay, cool. Or maybe they've never heard of 21 Day Fix or Lift 4. So they're going to be like, I don't know what the heck she's talking about. But if you're like, you guys, I'm doing this amazing fitness program. It's a weightlifting program and I'm doing it from my living room. That's going to be impactful. That's going to show people that they can do what you're doing. Sorry, guys, I always get really dry when I do these calls. So that's a great way to be a product of the product. We also suggest that you do not share your link. So I know it can be super tempting to even like drop your link in the comments below, but I feel like that's something that's different about our company. We really focus on the relationships we have with people, and we really focus on finding the tool that's best for them. And I'm not kidding. There are so many amazing tools now that we have. I say now that we have 2B Mindset. It's been around for longer than I think now, but we have 2B Mindset. We have Portion Fix. We have something for everyone, you guys. We have all these amazing supplements that I can personally tell you after researching the heck out of everything, like this is it. So we have all these ways to really connect with people and find out how we can help them the best way. And to do that, we have to have conversations with them and we have to be talking to them. So we do really suggest to never post your link, even in the comments, especially now that we have Share a Cart, which for you newer coaches who maybe don't know what that is, that's where we literally build them the cart. We find out what products are best for them. We find out what programs are best for them, and we put those in a virtual shopping cart and we send that to them in a link. That's like the last thing we're doing before they purchase. So we're really working on forming that relationship and showing them that we're there to help. So that's another thing we suggest. The coach link generator is another option that's always there. And you can just kind of talk to your upline about that. And for those of you seasoned coaches on the call, I do still use that every once in a while. And that's basically just sending them a link to the product you're talking about. So if there are those people, you guys, that want to look at stuff for themselves before they purchase, and that's a great way for them to do that. So I definitely don't suggest using stock photos ever. So it's tempting because they're pretty and they're pristine and they're nice, but they're not real life. They are not you, sweaty, red-faced, next to your stack of weights, sharing what you just got, what just kicked your booty for 30 minutes. That is nothing compared to that picture of you and you explaining how awesome that was or how hard and scary that was, but you freaking did it. Like, that's going to be so much more impactful and real to those people. So we always do suggest that you make it your own and really avoid the stock photos or the website pictures. And when you share your stories, that's what it is. It's a story. Whatever you're doing, whatever point you're trying to get across, and we're going to talk about that later, how to kind of craft that post. That's what it is. It's a story that you're telling them. And the last part of that story is showing them how they can do that too, or inviting them to the opportunity that you're talking about. Okay, so I need to watch my time because you guys know I like talk way too much. So the second vital behavior is inviting. This is a big one, inviting in the follow-up process. So this is something that can be scary, especially as a brand new coach, or even if you're jumping back in. It can be pretty scary to think about asking somebody to join you on your journey, but that's all you're doing. You're just asking them to join you and doing something that's been so impactful in your life. So as you invite them, ask them just like that. My invites are most generally pretty specific to our wellness accountability group. And the things that I highlight in my invites are you girls, like the amazing group of women that support me and lift me up every day. I'd love to have you. Would you want to join us? That's a simple question, a simple invite, and that's how I do that. So usually, if I'm being honest, when I started as a new coach, I made my list. And as you get to talking to your coach and as you're starting your business, you're going to know you're going to make a list of all these people that you know and anybody you can think of, and you're not prejudging, you're just writing down names. And that's how you're going to work through and invite people to join you. But as you grow as a coach and as you share your story on social media or at a shake and share party or in line at the grocery store. Oh, I actually got avoided at the grocery store, Jamie Simpson. I had to tell you that, because weren't you the one that was saying how sometimes we invite people and they see us in real life and they're like, oh my gosh, I ignored her message. You guys, that's normal. That happens. And I swear this girl avoided me at the store the other day. Like, I saw her walk in and I was right behind her and then she was on her phone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just had to laugh. Oh, crud. It's okay, buddy. The baby is awake. So anyway, as you're inviting people, it's okay if they don't answer you, because sometimes people aren't necessarily ready for what we're offering. But when they are, you're going to be the person they go to because you took the time out of your day to talk to them. Sorry. But most generally, I'm inviting people who are watching me, who are commenting on my posts. Would you like to watch this? Oh, a sucker. Here. Okay, sorry, guys. Most generally, I'm inviting people. Here. Why don't you watch Mickey? Terribly sorry, guys. I'm trying to get him. It's okay. So people that are commenting on your posts, people that are saying that they're interested in what you're doing, people that are watching your stories on Instagram or Facebook, those are all people that you can reach out and genuinely thank. That's what I do. Thank you so much for watching my stories, or thank you so much for the encouragement on my post the other night. It means so much to me. By the way, I am starting this group next week and we're focusing on at-home workouts and just adding a little health to our life every day. Would you be interested in joining us? It can be that short and sweet. Gracious, are you okay? And that's all it is reaching out to people that are encouraging you. And that's honestly how I do probably 90% of my invites. And there are plenty of different ways to do it, you guys. Don't overthink it. If you're reaching out from your heart and you're asking somebody to do something because you genuinely want to help them, then don't second guess it and just ask the question. Okay, so that's inviting. I'm terribly sorry. I got so off track with Silas waking up. He didn't take a nap today either, so I don't know how he's just not passed out. But anyway, the third vital behavior is recognition. So that's just how it sounds. You're recognizing your personally sponsored coaches. You're recognizing your rock star challengers who are showing up every day and kicking butt and trying their hardest. Recognizing people and shouting them out for their hard work is so important. And you guys, I didn't think it mattered to me, but it feels so good. And it makes you feel so, it just makes you feel so, what's the word I'm looking for? Sai's not helping this, but it just makes you feel so important and so special when people recognize the hard work you're putting in, whether it is for your fitness or whether you hit a rank advancement or whether you helped get somebody else involved. You're recognizing people for their consistency, for maybe something that they just broke through that they've been struggling with. Those are all things that are part of this vital behavior. And it's so important, you guys. So like tomorrow I'm shouting out one of my coaches, my discount coaches, that's lost 50 pounds. And I'm just going to shout her out and love her up. And that's a great way to do that, whether you do it on social media or whether you're sending them a little thank you card. I like to send my coaches. I have a coach in California and we don't get to talk a lot. So I like to put her stuff in the mail every few months. Just something little and simple. Like I'm sending her this little wooden block that says you're stronger than you think, because she just finished a program start to finish. So that's a great way to, shout people out too, whether you're doing it on Facebook or in real life. Okay, the fourth vital behavior, and I'm not trying to speed through this, but like I said, I don't want to run out of time here. So the fourth vital behavior is personal development. This is a big one. This can be books. This can be podcasts. This can be trainings. This can be whatever it is that's helping you push through whatever mental blocks you may have, or just quit hitting stuff, man. He keeps touching an ad. That can help you break through your mental barriers, or that can just help fuel your mind, your body, your spirit. So books are a great way. We always recommend that you're reading a personal development book. And let me tell you, I've ignored this for almost 4 years. I've done my best, and I've started 50,000 different books. Kate, you remember that Sean Aker guy that we saw at Summit last year? Like his speech changed my life, and I bought 2 of his books, and they're amazing, but I quit reading them halfway through. So for me, picking up a book and reading it start to finish is hard, and Carrie Folk's probably cringing because she loves reading with a passion. And I do too, but I like to read fun stuff. It's hard for me to read personal development books. So what I did was I downloaded Audible on my phone, and now I'm consistent with my personal development. And it's really helped like peel back some layers for some things that have really been kind of hard for me, and that I've kind of ignored for a lot of years, that don't even have to do with coaching, that just have to do with me. So I'm doing lots of things now that I've never have before. I'm in therapy. I'm not saying that you have to be in therapy if you're a Beachbody coach, but I'm just saying it's really helping me, and it's really shined a light on some things that I didn't realize maybe I struggled with. So that's what personal development books can do for you right in your house, though. So find something that speaks to you, whether it's a devotional or whether it's a podcast, whatever it might be. The Beachbody 411 page on YouTube, on Facebook, now live casts our weekly national wake-up calls. Those are not only helpful for your business, but they always share their story, and it's really amazing to hear from different coaches. So that's a great way to work on your personal development too. So if you don't have a personal development book that you're reading, I strongly encourage you to reach out to myself or your coach and find one. We have a whole list of them in our team page. So in Fearless Motivation, if you go to the file section, and I'm hoping I'm not misquoting this, but if you go to the file section, there is a whole list of them. The one I'm reading right now that I'm loving, and I feel kind of bad saying I'm reading it because I'm not, it's being read to me by the author. But anyway, it's called Get Over Your Damn Self, and it's actually a book for network marketers, but it's really amazing. And I like it because at the end of each chapter, it gives you homework. I like homework. Like I don't like homework in real life, but I like this kind of homework. So that's one thing and that is the 4th vital behavior, but this is going to light your fire. This is going to help you overcome, like I said, those things that are holding you back, and this is going to strengthen your belief in you. So always be reading, always be listening, always be kind of seeking out what that next book or podcast or training will be. And I know trainings aren't necessarily one of the vital behaviors, but let me just tell you, if you have not been to a live event, do what you can to get there. I'm not trying to be bossy, but I'm just saying they're amazing. It shows you the reality of what this is, not only for us, but for so many other people, and how impactful it can be. So, and just to I can't even tell you, I've made so many friends that I only get to see a couple times a year, but it's such a joy to be able to see them, and to meet new people. So, that's kind of not a vital behavior, but a really strong, encouragement from myself and every other coach I've talked to. I know all of you on the call that have been to a live event can kind of vouch for that as well. Okay, so those are the vital behaviors. Does anybody have any questions or anything to add before we go into posting? Okay. So, and I have muted everybody on the call, so you'll have to hit unmute if you want to chime in, which chime away, that's fine. So I'm going to share a little bit with you about how I craft my posts. And I think there's a little bit of an art to this. I really don't think there's a right way or a wrong way, as long as you're truly sharing your heart and just shining a light on something that could help other people. But I will say I did hear a speaker at a live event. His name's Cody Jefferson. You can follow him on Instagram. He's super intense, but he had an amazing story to share, and he had some really great suggestions and plans for your post. So posting from power. So whether you're sharing something that you're struggling with or something that you're excited about, start with an end in mind. So what is it that you want? What is it that you're wanting to share? Number one, what point are you trying to get across? And start your post with a headline, like you're drafting a letter. I always try to start my post with like a shorter little sentence that'll get people's attention. Sometimes we share things that take, what do you say? I say so. A lot of times we're sharing things that maybe take 2 or 3 or 4 paragraphs to get out. So I do think it's important to draw people in with a little bit of a headline or kind of a catch, like something to catch their attention. And think of it like you're drafting a letter. You're calling someone out. And that's another thing to think about. Like, who are you posting for? Like, who are you trying to attract with this post? And think about that as you're writing so that you can use words that would really appeal to those people. You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I worked my hardest to get these guys to bed before. So anyway, as you go into the body of your post, as you go into the thick of it, you're thinking about posting your pain, okay? Or posting your triumph. What is it that you're trying to get across? Even if we're posting something that we're proud of ourselves for, we're probably going to talk about how it wasn't super easy or how it was super hard. And that's okay. It's okay to share the truth about what you went through. So as you get into the body of your paragraph, paint those pain points as a picture to show people what you've been through and to really just be honest with them. I cannot tell you how many times I have had somebody either talk to me in real life or message me and say, I just really appreciate how real you are. Like, I appreciate that you're honest with your journey. What color's that?
That's mine.
Yeah, you can look at it. He's really into watching these videos with colors. So if that's one thing I could suggest that you guys do, I definitely would. If you're struggling, just be honest and say, I'm really struggling with whatever it might be. For me, it seems to be nutrition or mindset. Those are the things that I struggle with and I'm working to overcome. But as you are in the body of the story, that's when you're going to really paint the picture. And then as you transition out of that, you're going to offer a pathway to paradise. That's what we do, you guys. We offer an answer. We offer a hand. Like, come on, girl, let's do this together. So as you're talking about your pain, as you're talking about what's been hard for you, then you're going to paint the picture of why it's not anymore, or why sometimes it still is, but you're going to keep friggin' going. Okay? That's that pathway to paradise. That's what you're kind of sharing with them as you transition out of what your struggles are or whatever story you're telling. So think about it from pain to power and show them that that can be their power as well. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to end with a call to action. And if you have never heard of this before, a call to action is literally, hey, join me. Hey, let's do this together. And maybe you're not being that obvious about it. Maybe you're saying, you know what, if you're struggling with this, I'm here to talk. Like, let's talk. That can be considered a call to action too. Like tonight on my post, I'm just kind of sharing some of the things I'm trying to share, a little bit of what I'm going through as I'm trying to break through this mindset block that I have. Excuse me. And at the end, I basically my call to action was like, hey, if this is you, I want you to know that, that you're precious, that you're loved. That's what I wanted people to hear from that. That was my call to action. But the posts are always a great way to invite people to simpler things too. Like, hey, I struggle losing 50 pounds. Like I ate all the Oreos and all the Doritos. And because I've done this very post. And I've gotten to be 100 pounds overweight, and it was hard and it was tough showing up every day. But guess what? I'm down 50 pounds. I'm starting a group next week doing the very thing I lost my weight with and the very thing that's become a lifestyle for me. Who wants to do this with me? I'm looking for 5 people. That can be another call to action as well. So there's really different ways you can swing these call to action posts, but I think that they're vital for your business and they're vital for people. It's okay. And they're vital for people to see that you're a human being that goes through the same things that they go through. So that is how I craft most of my posts. And I will say that, after listening to his presentation, I definitely started posting differently. I think of it more as like I'm writing my own blog. Like maybe I don't have a blog, but this is like my blog. If you go back through my Instagram feed or my Facebook stories or my Facebook feed, you can see my journey. So that's kind of how I think of it as I'm posting and as I'm like writing a post. So that's why a lot of times we suggest that if you think of something and it's gold, but maybe it's not the right time. Like you're like, okay, it's 12 o'clock on a Monday, but I was just thinking about an awesome way that helps me get through the weekends and stay on track with my nutrition or helps me focus on my family or whatever it might be. Write it down. Either write it out in your phone and save it in your notes and have it ready to go, or just put it someplace that you'll be able to easily get to and copy and paste it later. I do that sometimes because, you may think of something in the most weird time or send yourself a little voice clip, whatever. Like you can send yourself text messages and you can send yourself messages on Facebook, and that's gold because I do it all the time. So that's a great way to like keep things like loaded in the barrel kind of for your posts, because that's what's grown my business. I will tell you 100% what's grown my business has been showing up in real life and sharing what I'm going through. And sometimes it's scary. And I will tell you that it gets easier. Like it only gets easier. The more you share, the more you step outside of that comfort zone and you're like, oh, that feels kind of icky. Oh, that not icky, not in a bad way, icky, but like, oh, that's kind of scary. Like I used to hit post and like run away. Like I can't even look at who's just seen my post or who just commented on it. But it gets easier.
Yeah, Mommy's so scary.
It's scary?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Kate. Be careful. Oh my gosh. My sister has bad weather too. And they're in Missouri. But anyway, that's my encouragement to you is to step outside of your comfort zone with your posts and what you share with people, even if it's not in a post, even if it's like on Messenger or via email or text message. If you share with them things that that you've struggled with and maybe you've been a little too nervous to share, I more often than not find that when I do that and I break through that is when I see like the really cool stuff happen. So I hope that helps you all. Do you guys have any questions? Who wants to come over and help me get Silas back to sleep? What is sticky in your hair? You just had a bath. Okay, well, you guys, you know that you can always reach out with any questions to me or anybody else in this group. And don't forget, Fearless Motivation in the units section for you newer coaches, in the unit section, and in the file section is really wonderful information and training. So, and we're doing a lot more live trainings now, like within our little areas. So we just did one in Ramsey. I'm planning on having one over towards Nokomis Taylorville area in the near future. And I know Jamie Simpson is always having trainings in her Greenville area. So we're really trying to do live stuff, because I think that's just so impactful, and it always helps me and lights my fire too. So these calls are a great way to stay engaged too. So, okay, we'll all hop off here. Kate, you guys stay. Oh, good. So Carrie will have one, and Carrie, remind me where you're at. I know I should know. Dang it.
Vandalia, Brownstown area.
Awesome.
That's that. That's not a word.
No, that's not a bad word. She didn't say a bad word. This coming from the kid that just said the DAMNIT earlier today. I'm like, oh, fantastic. I'm winning as a mom.
Mom win.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I thought he had forgotten that word because he'd said it before, and then he said it again today, and I'm like, shoot.
Nope, they never forget.
Mommy, that's a shoot.
Oh, he doesn't want me to say shoot either. Shoot is a bad word too in this house. Okay, well, what'd you say, Carrie?
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Okay, well, it was really good to see you guys. Kate, you guys be careful. Stay safe. Are you going to Summit?
I am.
Yes, it'll be so fun.
He just
What's-
fell asleep on us.
I can't hear you. Say that again.
I said Walter just fell asleep on us.
Oh, Walter.
coming
I
too.
didn't know you were laying over there. Yay. Okay, I'm going to stop recording. Hold on.